Okay, so after driving this wagon for I don't know how many years with no power steering and barely any brakes, I decided to just go ahead and reach out to Ididit, who then involved a company called EPAS, which is electronic power assisted steering. They built this full motorized assembly and a control module, and I was lucky enough to get my hands on all of it. First thing I did was pull out the instrument panel so I can get to the wiring in the back and pull out the whole steering column, the factory steering column. You don't use any part of it. Cleaned up a few things while I was at it. I actually polished the lens and cleaned up all that stuff on the bezel, and then started fitting stuff under the dashboard. Please excuse the sketchy wiring. Yeah, that's the block off plate. They sent you this nice little custom bent block off plate. I use the stock screws with washers, sort of like locking washers to zip it right in. And before I tightened it up, I kind of, you'll see here in a second, I put the column and the Borgenson joints on the gearbox, and there's also a Borgenson joint on the bottom of the column. In addition to that, there's a little, I think it's a 1-inch D and a 3/4-inch D. They slide together. So it's telescopic, so we don't really have to worry about exact length. The other gig was that the steering column, if you use the electric power steering, you're not able to use the stock shift lever anymore. The idea there is there's a motor in the way. So I went ahead and once I got it all back together here, I manufactured a little steel rod that goes through the hole. You can see I drilled right through the dashboard. I have a little bushing that attaches to that, and trying to pause enough for me to catch up here. Apparently I'm still messing with the, well, actually that's the first fitting, so I think there were a couple of other angles of this because I've had to put it in and take it out 3 or 4 times just to get everything just right. So yeah, once I put that floor piece in, right next to the big bearing, the Heim joint, oh yeah, don't forget the spacers. I almost did that a couple times. But the whole steering column goes in. I was able to put the 3/4-inch D coming right off the gearbox, and then that allowed me to take the 1-inch D off the gearbox, and I used the 3/4-inch D to slide it right in, which made it really simple to put together. No fighting or anything like that. I was able to Loctite and assemble everything before I even slid it together. One thing I haven't done yet is manufactured a little a plate or a bracket to hold the motor. You see how the motor spins? They tell you to drill a hole and just put a set screw in there. I just would feel a little bit better with building a bracket that holds the whole lower portion of the column and the motor assembly up out of the way. That's the stock little spacer that goes under the bottom of the dash. It went around the old column. The other column is larger in diameter, so I cut a piece of radiator hose, and it fit pretty well. And I was able to put it together and barely get the nuts on, but once I tightened them down, it was a nice firm fit. So I was pretty happy with that. So yeah, once I did the exercise of holding the column motor and loading the nuts onto the socket and extension with the other hand, with my left hand even, and bolted it all together, it was the time for the fun part, which was actually installing the external shifter. I got the idea of this whole thing from like working on an old Ford that used to have a 3 on the tree, and it had, I guess you could call it a divorced shifter. It had nothing to do with the column. It all just stood off outside of the column, and I thought it was kind of neat. So they suggested I put a floor shift in, and I just, the whole vibe of a floor shift is cool in a muscle car, but this is a giant station wagon. So, as a matter of fact, just this last weekend, I used up every seating position in the car, and the center floor shifter would have been a pain. Let me torque these to spec. I actually cut a little piece of aluminum rod and just used it to prop that thing up, just so that I had a nice clear shot from the hole I drilled in the dashboard to the hole in the firewall. Also wanted to make sure there was a nice air gap between the steering column and the dashboard or instrument panel. So there's the rod. It slides all the way through that piece. I think I already forgot something here. Through the hole in the bottom, which I will eventually, I've already made a little sleeve that goes over the whole thing. And I'm going to make a little bracket or weld a small gusset to the sleeve. I think I'm installing the sleeve right there. And then that whole sleeve goes through the hole on the firewall, all the way through the other side. And then once I tighten it up, it will prevent it from rattling or moving around. You can see right there where I countersunk a couple of holes for the Allen bolts or jam nuts or jam bolts that lock that little center. It's just a piece of round bar stock I drilled out the same diameter of the tube, and then I TIG welded the original shift lever to it. Yeah, it doesn't need to move that far, but it's nice that it can. So that's the little aluminum collar. I angled it pretty close to the correct angle of the dashboard. And I'm going to bore it out in the middle and then put a sleeved collar on it with a hole in the middle and be able to bolt it there. In addition to that, in the future, I plan on putting a little detent, a little bearing and a spring inside there. There is detent in the shifter, like you can fill each click, park, reverse, neutral, drive, low, everything. But you could technically pull it out of park without pulling on it, or you could just knock it out of park, the same as knock it out of gear or knock it into reverse. You just have to be kind of careful. But for now, it's doing just fine. So under the hood, if you recall, that rod comes through the firewall on the passenger side, on the right side of the steering column. So I have this little half moon shifter pawl. I don't know if you can actually see it very well right here. That would arc all the way up over the steering column, because the cable that operates the transmission is mounted on the right side of the firewall, just below the actual steering column. So I put it all together and tightened the nuts up, and lo and behold, it worked awesome. Yeah, the control module came mounted on a little piece of aluminum. The ground was actually part of it, and I was thinking, I wonder where this should go. I didn't have any instructions, so actually looked, and right on the I guess that would be the pedal box area, there was a tab hanging right off the side of it with the perfect size little hole. Everything lined up perfectly. I was able to reach it. right there. This is awesome too. You don't have to start the car. You just turn the key on and all the power steering works, no problem. The shifter actually was pretty, it's a little sensitive. I'm still going to rack the car and make the shift arm on the transmission a little bit longer. So it gives me I mean, literally first, second, third, fourth, reverse, everything right next to each other. So you can very easily go right past stuff when you're shifting. So, yeah, pretty awesome. Could not wait to get that road trip going. And it looks kind of good. I did test it over the weekend. I hit up we hit up that Hard Rock Casino by Bakersfield off the Grapevine on our way to the Kingsburg car show. And I had the valet, okay, hey, just so you know, buddy, up is park and down is go. And that's the only clue I gave him. And he hopped in there just fine and was able to drive it, park it, and pull it back around. But either way, good times were had with this thing. Like I said, got it together just in time to take this road trip with a bunch of gas rats. So shout out for the gas rats for going with me on this, or actually invited me to go on this event. I had a great time out in Kingsburg. Also shout out to EPAS and Ididit. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I appreciate all your support. See you guys on the next show.